So, we did it. It happened. Everybody was waiting for that big mainline direct, the first big mainline direct of the Switch 2 generation, in fact. And we had it last Friday. It happened. It was just over an hour long, with 20 minutes or so of it focusing on Mario's 40th anniversary, and the remainder being more of that classic direct format that we've come to expect, with third parties, first parties, and random other announcements sprinkled in. Overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty solid direct. It really accomplished what it set out to do, which is give us release dates for the games we already knew about, and maybe even give us a few teases of what's coming soon. And when I finished it and took some time to think about it, honestly, I thought it was a pretty solid direct. I enjoyed myself watching it, and there were some things to really be excited about in there. Overall, I'd probably say somewhere between an A and a B to me, maybe an A minus. But the sentiment online appears to be quite different. There were a lot of people that were not so high on this direct, seeing it as kind of a failure as far as convincing people why they should own a Switch 2 or why they should be excited about Nintendo in general. So after taking some time this weekend to think about it and reflect on my feelings, I decided it was time to just put together a quick video here to discuss some of my thoughts and what were some of the highlights of the direct for me. Before we go any further in this video, if this is your first time on the channel or you do just enjoy Nintendo and gaming content, please consider subscribing and liking the video, as it does help the channel out. Now let's jump in. So they started things off with Mario's 40th anniversary. Miyamoto came on screen, talked about some art that would be available in their museum, as well as sponsoring a Kyoto Marathon. But the first big announcement was that the next Mario movie, coming in April of 2026, would be titled the Super Mario Galaxy movie. With that, we are getting both Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 available on the Nintendo Switch, which will obviously be playable on the Switch 2 as well, with enhanced graphics and 4K resolution. Mario Galaxy 1 was previously available in that Mario 3D All-Stars collection, but that was delisted in 2021 at some point. Galaxy 2 was never available, so this will be the first time that it will be playable outside of the Wii. The pricing here was a bit of a hot topic with people online from what I could see. They will be available for $40 a piece digitally, with a $70 price tag to get those physically as a 2-pack. This technically marks this as the second $70 Switch game after Tears of the Kingdom. While I've never played Galaxy 2 and I always love to go back to the first Galaxy, this seems like a good price to me and totally worth it, but I can understand other people's perspective who think that this price is just a little bit high for Wii titles. We also got the announcement of a new Mario Tennis game, which makes a lot of sense. We haven't seen one of those since 2018, and they do tend to do pretty well for Nintendo. After that, they announced a Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Bros. Wonder with some additional content that seems to be mostly centered around multiplayer games, almost Mario Party-esque in a way. That doesn't personally appeal to me, but they did also mention that there would be more surprises as well, so we'll see. And finally, the last announcement for the Mario portion of the Direct was a new Yoshi game. I don't really have a lot to say about this. It looks really pretty. I actually love the art style, but the gameplay does look to be a little simplistic from what I can tell. I don't know. I'll hold judgment on this until I see more. This may be one of those that I either pass on or just pick up secondhand for a discounted price. They also announced a few other physical products during this section. Two new amiibo from the Galaxy series, one of Mario, another of Rosalina. They look pretty high quality, but they won't be coming out until April of next year. There was also Rosalina's storybook and a physical edition that you could actually purchase off of Nintendo's website and put in your collection at home if you'd like. And finally, a physical flower from Super Mario Bros. Wonder that will talk to you. It doesn't seem to actually interact with you, but it just randomly says things throughout the day. I don't know how I feel about this one, but I'm sure somebody out there would love this. After 20 minutes or so, they did wrap up Mario's portion and transitioned into more of a standard direct format with first-party announcements and release dates, as well as a mix of third parties. I won't be going over all of the third-party stuff here because there was quite a bit of it, but I will be calling out a few things that were exciting to me. We got a release date for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade on the Nintendo Switch 2. It's coming out in January 22nd of next year, and I already played this on the PlayStation 4 back in 2020 and a little bit on PlayStation 5 as well, but I will likely double dip on this one as I love Final Fantasy VII and these remakes are really well done. I love the idea of having this in a portable format, and it doesn't hurt that the price is only $40 and comes with a lot of cool extras as well. We then got a new cinematic trailer for Hades 2, and shut up, I'm not crying, you're crying. Seriously though, I don't know how this isn't a television show because the lore and the world and everything about it just looks incredible. They could put something like this on Netflix or Amazon or wherever, and I'm pretty sure people would eat it up. It's launching now on September 25th, which is just under 2 weeks away. I haven't even finished Silksong yet, and now I have to think about Hades 2. I adored the first game. I played hours of it on Switch and even got the Platinum Trophy on PlayStation 5 because apparently I'm a madman. And this is one of those games that I will absolutely be putting everything else down to play when it launches here in a few weeks. We got a quick Kirby Air Riders section to discuss new amiibo that will come to the game on launch day. You can swap the riders out with their machines and mix and match to your heart's content. They will function similar to the Smash Bros. Amiibo where you can train them using your own gameplay and race against them by scanning the amiibo. We also got the announcement of another Sakurai Direct to discuss the game because apparently 45 minutes was not enough. Then we jumped to the portion of the Direct where we were starting to get release dates for games that we knew were coming but didn't know when they were coming out. Starting off with Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, we now know that the game is coming out on November 6th. This was a surprise to me because they kept saying winter and I just kind of assumed that it would be January or February of next year. The game looks incredible and I can't wait to jump in as somebody who loves the lore of these Zelda games. Nintendo is promising a canon story here. We interrupt this video to announce that Nintendo is officially insane. That's right, the rumors are true. They are releasing a Virtual Boy peripheral to play your Virtual Boy games on Nintendo Switch Online. It comes in plastic and cardboard variants. And if you're asking if anybody is going to buy this, the answer is yes. Yes, I will be buying this. Anyways, moving on. Next up, we got a release date for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. It is coming December 4th, and oh my god, Samus has a motorcycle. Seriously, I'm not sure what they were thinking here, but this could either be the greatest mechanic or the worst mechanic. Either way, I can't wait to get my hands on the game as I wasn't sure it was going to come this year, and it's comforting to know that it's not getting delayed into 2026 after being announced 8 years ago. They shadow dropped some DLC for Donkey Kong Bonanza, which gives players access to DK Island and a roguelite mode called Emerald Rush. I really enjoyed my time with DK Bonanza, but I don't think I'll be going back for this one as there is just way too much to play right now. After this, they transitioned into a Pokemon block where they gave us 3 announcements, one of them just being a trailer for Pokemon Legends ZA, which is out here in a few weeks. They also announced the first DLC for the game, which will be Mega Evolutions for Raichu apparently. And finally, we got the announcement of Pokemon Pokopia, which is a island builder game coming out in 2026. And it has a very unsettling Ditto turning into a human being for some reason. I don't know if I can unsee that. Another big third-party announcement is Capcom is bringing Resident Evil 9 Requiem to the Nintendo Switch 2 day and date with the other consoles. They are also bringing Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 on the same day as well. Leading up to the Switch 2's launch, I think there was a lot of concern as to whether or not the hardware would be behind the times too much and we would actually be able to see modern games release on it. I'm happy to see with the port of Street Fighter 6 and the upcoming ports of Resident Evil that Capcom seems to have it down, and hopefully we'll see more third parties follow suit as the years go on. Finally, to close out the Direct, we did get the announcement of a new Fire Emblem game, Fortune's Weave, coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. This didn't really do anything for me as I don't care for the series, but I am excited for those people who do love the series and can have something else to look forward to in the coming year. So that sums it up. We got a new Mario movie with a title coming next year, several games themed in the Mario universe, release dates for highly anticipated games such as Hades 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, announcements of several amiibo and a Virtual Boy accessory, and several other things sprinkled in between. Looking back at this, it wasn't the most exciting Direct in the world, but I definitely don't understand people saying there's no reason to own a Switch 2 right now, aside from what's already out, including Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart. Anyways, these have just been some of my thoughts. What did you think of the Nintendo Direct? Were there any announcements that stuck out to you, or something that you wish had been there? Let me know down in the comments what you were excited about or wish you had seen there. And don't forget to leave this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Bye for now.